Hey, this is Vlad, and in today's video we're going to talk about how to sell books to anyone and especially to readers that are complete strangers to your books. And I'm gonna share with you the 4 things that you can do to make your books appealing to a large pool of readers. So in case you don't know who I am, I have a marketing agency and we specialize in helping authors scale their business by selling more books with ads. And what we've done over the past 6 years, we've sold over $10 million worth of books, and we have books that we've sold that generated multiple 6 figures, just one book. So the book that we advertised, they generated, 300,000, 200,000, even over 400,000. In order for this to happen, you need to, 1, be in a large audience, like you need to be in a genre where that can be possible. And 2, you need to have a book that is appealing to this audience. If it's not appealing, it's not gonna sell so much, it's gonna be very hard to sell. Understanding what readers are going through, what's their process before buying a book, it's crucial if you want to sell a lot of books. You have to understand that they have 2 options. They can, 1, buy a book from an author that they already love and trust, which is a very safe option. They know what they're getting. And number 2, they can buy a book from a new author that they don't know about. They're not sure if those books are good or not, right? So obviously the second option is not that great for them. There's a bit more risk involved. They don't know what they're getting. They don't know if this is a waste of time. And it takes a lot more convincing to do than just, selling a book if you already have an audience. Like, that should come easy. So how can you easily convince new readers to buy your books, right? And let's just take an example for an FBI mystery series. And I'm gonna share with you the 4 things that you can do to instantly attract new readers and bring clarity to your book so that those readers will be easily convinced that this is the right book for them. So number 1 is your title, right? When someone sees your book on Amazon, the thing that they see is a cover and then the title. So the title should contain the genre that you're selling in. So in this case, FBI mystery series. So a book name would be, let's just give it an example, make up an example. You could say The Lost Girl. So you have the title, The Lost Girl, and then the cover. If that would be the title, it wouldn't be really good. You would have to say The Lost Girl and then say an FBI mystery series, right? Because that's what, if you were to analyze the search terms, when they search for books, they say FBI mystery series or mystery series. So it has to contain what they're actually looking for. Number 2, you must include descriptive keywords of your genre in your blurb, right? So for FBI mystery series, we would have agent, serial killer, murder, case, gone, girl, you can have brother, uncover, justice, truth, FBI detective, body found, right? Just by mentioning those keywords, a reader would easily tell what this book is about, just by those keywords, right? And then you have the rest of the blurb, which should do a good job. You should have a structure and then should do a good job of capturing their attention and then getting them into the story, doing like a cliffhanger at the end so that they get curious to read more. Now, number 3 is in your blurb, you need to also include reviews that mention your genre as well. So we're gonna take an example. You can use a reviews like praises for this book, and you can say the best book I've read in 2023, right? Well, it's a book, it's very generic. Versus saying this is the best FBI mystery series that I've read in 2023, right? So that brings clarity and also reinforces the reader that this is what they're looking for. You're just confirming like, yep, I know this is what you want. This is what you're getting. This is what the reviews are saying, right? So it's very, very important to bring clarity through what you're doing, and you have to be intentional about this throughout your title, blurb, and then the reviews in the blurb. And number 4, you need a cover that fits in. And this is very important. Probably most of you, you already know this, but the role of the cover is to get attention and fit in. Like, those are the 2 things that a cover should do. It's not a piece of artwork that people need to look at and analyze and wonder what this book is about. Because I've noticed, like, people, when they go to create a cover, they take elements from the book and they put it on the cover. Like, they take a rat and they do something and they put all those elements that don't really make sense to a new reader. It would make sense if they were to read the book and then look at the cover. Sure, put it at the end of the book and then it's gonna make sense. Sell it as a poster, I don't know. But the cover needs to get attention, right? And fit in. It's just like, it looks like the type of cover books I'm reading, therefore I'm gonna give it a try because it's familiar and it got my attention. But it's not about like putting a puzzle together and then people hopefully, understanding that this is a book. Like, it's not like a clue thing or a mystery thing that they need to solve. That's something that I've seen a lot when people go for a new cover, it's very common. So you have to understand that it's not like, don't get too romantic about the cover. Trust the graphic designer. They're usually right. They understand, they study the market, and they understand how to make this cover work. And overall, I've seen that authors, they think that putting out a new book, like any new book, it's about pleasing the existing readers, but you need to understand that the book that you put out is not for the existing readers that you have as much as for the new ones, because the existing readers will buy your books regardless. We've all seen, books that were published for a very famous author, basically said not a lot of things in the blurb. They just put out the thing. They didn't even have like a proper book cover, and like people were just pre-ordering the book. That's because existing readers will buy anything as long as they like your books. But you need to make your books appealing to new readers. So always when you create a cover, when you create a blurb, you should be concerned about new readers, because this is how you're going to grow the business. You're not going to grow the business with the existing ones that you have. You're just going to actually get smaller because you're slowly losing readers with time. But you need to focus and understand that the books that you put out should be for the readers that don't know about you. And you have to please them at the surface level, and then obviously also inside of the book. So here's the main takeaways of this video. Number one, you have to be aware of the reader's process before buying a book. Number two, readers tend to buy books from authors that they already love and trust. And that's why if you want to sell more books, you need to be appealing to people that haven't heard about your books, don't know who you are. And you do that by making it very clear what this is about, right? So you can include keywords in your title, in your descriptive keywords, in your blurbs, reviews that include the genre that you're in. And then also you have to make sure that the cover fits in and gets attention and is familiar to whatever they typically like to read the most. So if you found this video useful, please like, share, and subscribe, and let me know in the comments what are the things that you can do to your books in order to appeal to a larger audience. I'm gonna reply to all the comments. Let me know.